the choice of French bread.
This week on Options, raising finance to start your own business, a boat-building project with a difference, and careers in fine art auctioneering and leisure management. That's Options, tomorrow, 7 p.m. on Network 2.
More of that coming up.
To say yes, my mountain flower. At first I put my arms around him, yes, and drew him down to me so he could feel my breasts, all perfume, yes. And his heart was going like mad. And yes, I said, yes, I will, yes.
Why didn't you try it on first?
It spoke to me, Carol. Besides, the shop was closing. Ouch.
Careful about your pin cushion. Well, keep still then. Right, turn around.
New Kleenex Double Velvet has a deeper velvet softness.
It is.
Whatever you...
As a journalist, I'm a career in 1992.
I then went to Belfast, and the picture was just superb. Once it had passed 10 to 12,000, I sort of thought, well, it might make 20. And then when it passed 20, I thought it might make 40. And then when it had passed 40, it was really quite nerve-wracking.
You see John Luke as a priest might see someone in the confessional. That's who he is. That's who he was. Beautiful.
Most people are by.
Nice and fresh in the Merseyside area this morning, nice and misty.
Where we're going is just around the corner.
Is it? How far down is it?
200 yards.
Have we got any facilities for a brew?
Yeah, come in.
Oh, smash it. Right, well.
At Liverpool docks, 250 second-hand larders are about to be shipped to Russia. There's a rumour that some are stolen, and that there are people in Russia who'll pay good money to own one. The vehicle squad have been called in.
Paul speaks Russian, don't you? Do you speak Russian,
Hey,
Paul?
hey.
Hey, you can't fight that, you can't fight that. I'll go and get some tea bags, eh? Well, we need some, yeah.
You bought a Range Rover?
How much of a Range Rover have you bought?
Oh, it's a range.
Oh, just the next Lancashire man to have cups in his locker, eh? Yes, you are aware the DCI is making a brew.
The DCI is making sure he gets a cup. That's what the DCI is doing.
Back home, the larders are in great demand, and their value more than doubles.
I mean, what's happening now, I believe, people are getting stopped on the streets here.
Was it a dream? Was it a nightmare? Or was it
So is that your best feature?
Actually, my legs.
Your legs. Oh, let's
My
see
legs
again.
are even better.
Yeah. Look at that.
And the arms.
All right, let me ask. Oh, stay there. I want to ask one of the ladies in the audience. Here, stay. Do you think that's feminine? Would you like to have legs like that?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Oh, please don't expand. Do you think it is? I mean, how do you feel about it? Feminine bodybuilding.
Oh, I think they look great. I'm going to go home and never look in the mirror again.
Oh, no, don't say that. And what a tan. Where did that come from?
Bottle.
Oh, okay. Now, Sharon, which way do you go?
I'm kind of in between right now. I was competing in bodybuilding, and unfortunately I don't have the genetics as Kim and Linda do. I'm too narrow. I can't build a thickness from chest to back as they were able to do. So now I'm thinking of going to fitness, where it's more of a sleeker look.
Well, I notice you're still pretty full up top, so it
Still pretty full,
didn't
but
wear
from
you down.
this point to this point, I could never get the thickness needed for higher scores.
Could you strike a pose for us? That's so good. And do you have a favorite body part?
It had to have been legs. I've always had a big leg fetish. I've always had skinny legs when I was a kid growing up, and I always wanted big, muscular legs. So that was the one thing that always kept me busy in the gym was my legs.
What I was very clumsily trying to ask Debbie before was, doesn't it affect like the female cycle, the monthly cycle?
It does, but in all sports it does. When your diet is so extreme as ours has been, or has to be, the same as gymnasts.
Skin, I found Plenitude XLA3 with triple AHA fruit acids.
New from L'Oreal, XLA3 helps remove dull skin cells to reveal more radiant skin. XLA3 combats the signs of aging. Its UVB filter protects the skin. Test prove with XLA3 the skin is smoother and visibly more radiant.
My skin looks so much younger.
New Plenitude XLA3 from L'Oreal delays the signs of aging.
Those sacred days you gave me, I'm thinking of the days. I won't forget a single day, believe me. I bless the light that lights on you, believe me. Days I remember all my life. Days when you can't.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to you to St Lawrence Church this afternoon. It's a delight to have you here for the wedding of...
Oh, no. Hello?
Spend over 200. Stereo radio cassette. And with the 106 Inca from just £6,495, you won't have to dig deep. Which is just as well, really.
Check out the Peugeot 106 Aztec and Inca, including 1 year's free insurance, should you have any little
accidents.
No, Joy. You did tell them the 1.6LX is the same price as the 1.4.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the free insurance.
That's what clinched it.
Those new yogurts you're supplying, they're electrifying.
Better shave up. There's more fruit and bio to keep your taste buds satisfied. Better shave up. The fat is very low. The creamy taste is nice inside.
Are you sure?
Just sit back and open wide.
You're the one that I want.
You are the one I want.
New St. Ivel shape.
The fatal.
I look ahead now to Thursday night here on BBC One Northern Ireland, and 8 o'clock sees the return of Tomorrow's World, followed half an hour later by comedy with the recruit.
But to Braintree.
Cork City Jazz there, and if you'd like to see members of the band in a very exciting lineup which includes Big Jim Farrelly and the legendary trumpeter Kenny Ball, they'll play the 3rd annual Spring Jazz Ball in Acton's Hotel in Kinsale on January the 31st, an evening not to be missed. And by the way, a very happy birthday today to Margaret, the wife of Frank the sax player. Happy birthday. Well, that's our show for today. Tomorrow we have antiques with an Egyptian theme. We have weekend cookery from Brenda. We chat to
Sports cars.
Well, I've got 3 for...
Was an essential part of the Northern Ireland.
Where do banks go on the holidays? I don't know.
See if the noisy neighbours will give...
So your man says, what do you mean no sensitivity? I have as much sensitivity as any man on board this ship. No, I know you do, Lieutenant, says the captain. But when you've got to tell a serving Marine officer that he's just lost a loved one, well, that requires the most exceptional delicacy. Now, look, Kowalski's mother has just died. And I want you to remember what I've just said when you tell her.
Was that to your liking, John? It was.
Absolutely.
Was that to your liking? Yeah.
Enchanting.
22 years of age. That's what's known as a darling bit of flute playing. There's no doubt about it.
Wonderful.
You did well, judges. Thank you very much indeed. Rihanna O'Donneen from Carlingford, County Louth. Watch out for her. And our thanks again to Dervla Brosnan for the accompaniment. This is the trophy which she has won, and £15,000 bursary from the Ulster Bank Music Foundation. May it bring you happiness and joy. Well done. Enjoy. Thank you very much indeed for joining us.
The more I learned about the mountain families. The McCones were the sharpest hunters.
First, Larry and Mo and Coily get Oily to bed.
Clipper's been in there a long time. Maybe she won't sell.
Hope she doesn't get Wiser's oil on her land. Here he comes now. lady was a cinch. Here's the deed, signed, sealed, and delivered.
I'll take it.
No, you don't. We'll put it right in here where we can all watch it.
All right, let's hurry to Fairport and record the deed.
Oh, what's the hurry?
Our Beastly Christmas continues in a couple of minutes with an animated...
For great hair, no fuss. Just wash and go for it.
The new Mitsubishi Charisma needs no beautiful models.
Gold, games, and good times galore.
Inside.
Midas Touch goes medieval.
Just exactly where was King Arthur's court? And the answer was in his zip.
When a knight won his spurs in the stories of old, he was gentle and brave, gallant and bold.
I love that bit.
But not in this quest for a big bar of gold.
What's going on in there? No kissing.
It's Midas Touch Madness, tonight at 7 on UTV.
In just under 30 minutes on UTV, we've another chance to see Witness from Sunday evening. That's after Matt keeps his distance from Lucy in a country practice. Next.
Now on one, Bill Oddie introduces us to the last of our birds in the nest.
Humans doing their bit for wildlife. Well, all right, so there might have been forests and fields here once, and maybe there were ponds and streams and lovely undisturbed countryside and lots of wildlife, but let's look on the bright side. Before there was a motorway, there weren't any verges, and what loves verges? Voles love verges. And what loves...
Today, from Saturn.
Oh, always up to date.
From Cushendall to Castlehaven, from Kilrush to Kilmore Quay, the Summer Pride team will bring you a vibrant view of the GAA at local level in half an hour. That's after a rich...
Hello.
It was a very slow journey. We changed trains or messed up. You can't pay.
In our different ways, we all have a talent for communication.
If tomorrow was Judgment Day, and I was standing on the front line, yeah, and the Lord asked me what I did with my life, I would say I spent it with you. Singing,
Aircom makes it possible to go further with our talent for communication. How far will you go? Aircom. Go further.
Welcome to Children's Network 2. Boss goes along in half an hour, Den TV is at 3. But first, let's join the children wishing Barney a happy birthday.
Barney is a dinosaur from our imagination, and when he's tall, he's what we call a dinosaur sensation. Barney's friends are big and small, they come from lots of places.
They told me building it or holding only 30.
Now, I may look like an extra from Doctor Who, but this outfit is actually essential. Why, Warwickshire, because here you'll find the headquarters of the British Beekeepers Association. And why am I togged up like an alien? Because John is going to show me his bees, please.
Okay.
Ooh, I can see what they mean by humming like a hive of bees. You can hear them busily in there, presumably making honey.
Well, the honey is finished being made now. It's all harvested and all sealed within the combs now, because we're at the end of our summer period.
How many bees are there in a hive like that?
It's diminishing now at this time of year, but there'll be somewhere between 40 to 60,000. I have never
60,000?
counted all of them.
Well, they won't keep still, will
No,
they?
they won't keep still.
How much honey out of one hive like this?
Well, you see this one will probably yield us probably £80, £90 of honey.
Just out of one?
But this is a good one.
They're busy workers, these bees, aren't they?
Oh, yes. If you have the right conditions, you know, if you have good bees in the right place for the crops and with the right weather above, it all comes together.
How can you tell if a bee's in a bad mood?
Oh, I think you'll suddenly hear a slight change in the tone of the humming, and you'll get them running around quite frenziedly. They might even start coming out of the entrance in droves. Then I would ask you to be brave and move away.
Well, I'm afraid I'm not going to be brave. I won't linger. I think they're getting a little bit noisier.
It had to be you. It had to be you. I wandered around.
In order to prize the honey from the bees, John first stuns them with smoke and then removes the golden honeycombs. From this, he produces two sorts of honey in his garage. First, the traditional runny honey we spread on our toast, but also big chunks of honeycomb straight from the hive.
Annette Karmeloff-Smith's book, Baby It's You, is out in paperback at the recommended price of $9.99, and the video of the series is also available in the shops.
I remind you, Mr. Wiseman, this is your last chance to acquit yourself. Did you, on June 5th, attend a gathering at a bar on Franklin Avenue?
Chairman, regardless of the consequences, I must refuse to answer.
And did you, on that occasion...
On the grounds that it violates my right to assembly.
Did you, in conspiracy with others, touch my Carlsberg?
What? Did I what? Shame on you.
Well, then who did touch Chairman Allmine's Carlsberg?
This is an outrage.
Give me those names, Mr. Weissman.
Sir, if the hardworking folk of this country cannot enjoy their Carlsberg without being subjected to this tyranny...
This committee is only interested in my Carlsberg.
Well, then the time has come for everyone to stand up and proclaim that Carlsberg was created for all men and women equally.
Did you touch my Carlsberg?
Students have to release that energy somehow. So you found time to give the Airful a call.
No party to go to?
Phoning anywhere in Ireland after 6 p.m. won't cost you more than 16 pence per minute. Call your nearest and dearest now.
Sure, I know you're working hard, really, son. It's just that, well, you know how Spot Woody's about.
Example.
He had to make that huge leap of trust and faith to take steps to bring about an end of violence in this country and to recognise that people deserved the most significant human and civil right, and that is that of life, that he was making steps and making history in what he had to do. And I think that is the symbolism for me with Michael Collins and today, and it's the kind of courage and bravery that all sides involved today in Northern Ireland and in the two governments, we must recognise that those kind of courageous steps have to be taken by all of us.
Collins's courageous steps led him on the road to his own death. But with time, even those who exulted in that death learned to live with and build on his achievement to create the modern Irish Republic. Michael Collins changed 20th century Irish history because he himself was able to change. As Collins is projected out of the past and into the present, we can imagine an Ireland in which compromise doesn't have to mean death, and gunmen are no longer heroes.
Male, female.
No hormones.
Marijuana, flower power, hepatitis and free love. That was the hippie trail of the 60s.
I am incredibly hairy anyway.
Who's been sending these stupid messages? Baby arriving, come quickly.
I didn't send that message.
Oh my God.
There's been a collapse following a fire and an explosion.
Are you receiving me? Over. They can't reach us. They're not going to get us.
They will. It is the stalk that brings the baby, isn't it, Hi-Ho?
Let's get the casualties clear of the building and try and establish what's going on in there.
Mr. Pearce.
London's Burning, Sunday at 9 on UTV.
Now on UTV, Claudia Christian stars in the comedy spoof movie Hexed. This film contains some strong language.
Let everyone else know that it works.
Absolutely.
Very simply, if the child wakes in the middle of the night and the moment they wake, the mum and dad immediately rush in and give them comfort, the chances are they'll keep waking. But when they wake, if mum waits 5 minutes, then comes in and only gives half the comfort. So whenever mum comes in, she cuddles them, cuddle, 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 cry, 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 cry. And at that point, the child thinks, now I'm going to get a bit of attention. We're going to watch the television, a bottle of breast, off to sleep in your shoulder. But at that point, you put them down, you walk out, they cry again. You leave them a little longer. 5 minutes last time, 7 minutes this time. And so you leave them crying, come in, cuddle, cuddle, cry, 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 cry. Down, walk out, and you build up, 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 up. They never get frightened. They don't feel that they're being neglected, but they suddenly think, it isn't worth the hassle, let's go to sleep. Over the age of 2, we offer 100% cure effectively in about 3 nights. Between 1 and 2, it's about 90%. Under 1, you go a bit gently, but maybe about 80%.
And it worked for you within 2 nights, Eileen?
Yeah, within 2 nights. She was about 9 months when we got to that, and
right.
We've never looked back since.
Well, that's really good to hear.
Good.
I'm not surprised. This bloke's brilliant. OK, well, thanks a lot for calling, Eileen, and telling us that. Joe's next from Cheshire. Hi, Joe.
Hi. I've got a problem with my 4-year-old stepson. He goes to his father's on a Saturday and comes back on a Sunday, and then from Sunday through to about Wednesday, it's just sheer hell from him.
Really? What, do you mean he's being defiant?
Yeah, I mean, he's totally insolent. I mean, he doesn't listen to a word you say. If you tell him to do something, it's just total no.
Right. Yeah. Does he come out with the... Does he actually say stuff like, you're not my real dad, I don't have to do what you say?
No, we've not actually got to that point yet. No. I mean, he accepts that I'm here, but, I mean, he just plays one against the other all the time. I mean, it causes rows between me and his mother.
And how long have you been there as a fixture?
We've actually lived together now for about 4 months. I mean, we've got another younger son as well now.
That's what, by your relationship with his mother?
Yeah.
Right, OK.
Well, I mean, this is just, you've heard this so often, and I mean, life is unfair for little children. Relationships break up, a third to a quarter are going to break up. Kids don't know why they've broken up, and access causes pain. I mean, basically, you're going along in the straight and narrow, then they go and stay with their natural dad. They come back to the other home and they stir things up, and often they stir up their mum who's done so much for them, and mum thinks, you know, this isn't fair, and mum's left with an upset child and a pile of dirty laundry, and it's not fair, it shouldn't be like that. But it's reality. And all you can do is to try not to take it to heart. It's life. There's no suggestion. Just go with it. But it's just the child is confused. I mean, he doesn't understand that there are all these people and the changes upset him, and often he punishes the people who care for him most because of them.
Yes. Would you say then, going back to what you were saying about over-nagging and saying no too often and getting into too much confrontation, which is definitely my problem, would you say that as far as Joe's concerned, he should back off from confrontation with his stepson?
Hold out olive branches. I mean, it's much easier to get into a fight than out of a fight. Just try, where possible, to go for the friendly, peaceful approach. Hold out an olive branch when possible. Don't confront, because when you confront, they say, damn you, I'm not doing anything, and it escalates. And then relationships really get into trouble.
And also, if his stepson is being insolent, and he's not actually using the words, you're not my real dad, but that's presumably the psychological sort of spring for what's happening, he's getting a result each time Joe responds.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not easy, it's not fair, you can't change it, but for goodness sake, go on the path of peace.
Okay, Joe.
Yeah, okay.
All right, good luck.
Thanks so much, bye-bye.
Cheers.
As well,
Pardon?
I think, and love. I mean, I think stepchild obviously feels they need to be shown that he's loved as much as the baby's loved, and it's more important to show that.
Somebody said blended families don't blend, they curdle.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If you're not very careful.
Okay.
No.
I hate you, Mummy. Hello, Michelle.
Yes.
Yes.
Basically.
That's what she says, right?
That's right.
Yes, he's your little boy, actually.
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's nearly 6.
And when does he say that? Under what circumstances?
Well, basically, most of the time, and everybody else says he can be a lovely little boy, but with me, it's most of the time, but then every so often, when we get a no, sort of, by the third no, it's I hate you.
Yeah, all right.
And obviously, I mean, I've got other friends that they say, put your jacket on, and Tommy puts his jacket on. Put your jacket on, Ben, and it's no. And it's that. At home, I can do something about it. When you're out in a crowd, what do you do without him ending up having a tantrum and you looking as though he's got no respect for you?
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah, right.
Two problems. You are playing to the audience. I mean, all these people are watching you, and you have to put on a great scene of force so as they think, gosh, this is a good mother. But damn to the audience, you do your own thing. And the question of saying, I hate you, I mean, irrelevant. I mean, they say, I hate you, Mum, and you say, but my love is as high as the sky, it's as deep as the ocean. Rubbish. I mean, if you want to know about love, who do they want close to them whenever they're sick? You. That's love. Forget words.
Right. And do what you think is right in terms of defiance or whatever in public as you would do in private.
Of course.
I mean, Michelle, we've told this story often. I'll tell it very briefly now. We were in a pub once with our lot at lunchtime, and one of them got very, very tantrumy and very bad tempered and kept saying no. And in the end, Richard said, I'm going to put you in the car. Put you outside in the car. Picked him up, took him out. And he, talk about audience, you know, because people know who we are as well, you know, and they're all looking at us. And he's saying, help, help, Daddy, no, not the car, not the car. You know, and oh, God, it made us feel...
Everyone's dropping their knives and forks. What's he going to do to that poor child?
What does he normally do in the car?
I'm just putting him in the car for 5 minutes. Calm him down. It's all right.
So, yeah, they grow out of it.
They grow out of it,
They grow out of it eventually. That was terrific. Thank you for all your calls. Thank you, Christopher. Thanks for everything. You're making a series of films for us, are you not?
Yes,
called Growing Pains, which we're showing after Christmas.
That's right.
On child behaviour.
10 state-of-the-art videos for this programme.
Great.
Excellent. Good stuff.
On caring for your kids and all that kind of stuff he's just been talking about. So that should be fun. In the meanwhile, a bit more fun from Fred. Hello, Fred.
Good morning to you. Look at this. Wonderful day out here, though. It's actually a bit cooler over Britain than it's been over the last few days, but still not bad for October. Over Scotland, you had a windy night, you had a wet night. That strong wind is going to continue for the afternoon and into the evening, and some very heavy showers around, mainly down the western side. Though tonight, some rain will start moving to Hebrides. For Scotland tomorrow, quite a wet day. Right, into Northern Ireland.